Great. Hello, everyone. I'm super excited to be here to provide a lightning talk for Kyverno updates. So before we dive into details, a quick introduction of myself. I'm Zhao, a Kyverno maintainer from Nevada. And today, we're going to talk about what's new in Kyverno. But first of all, let's step back and take a look at where we are right now. Right, so we launched Kyverno about 4 years ago, and some of the core principles that we followed while building the project, first of all, we always want to simplify Kubernetes operations. So writing policies and managing policies shouldn't really require a PhD in CS, right? So the platform teams needed something that natural within their existing Kubernetes workflow. And then it should address all aspects of policy management, not just admission controls. So a real-world policy needs a full lifecycle policy management, including reporting, the testing ability, the global exceptions, and so on. And this approach worked, right? We've seen tons of organizations adopted Kyverno because it solved real problems. And then later on, we realized that something bigger, the same reason for the need of simple, comprehensive, and optimized policy management should exist everywhere and across your infrastructures. And Kyverno shouldn't just be the Kyverno policy engine only. So we have extended it to a general purpose policy engine, which allows you to apply Kyverno policies anywhere to any structured data. And you may ask, why change, right? The answer is very simple. As Kubernetes has evolved, we want to stay true to our mission. And when Kubernetes announced that the validating admission policy going to build on top of common expression language, which is CEL, it was clear that CEL will become the standard of policy expressions across your entire CNCF ecosystem. And you know that it still uses CEL, Gateway API uses CEL, and now Kubernetes uses CEL. So we have built the CEL-powered policy engine framework in Kyverno. It's not just an add-on, but as our foundation. And with that, you're able to learn one expression language that applies everywhere across your cloud-native stack. And secondly, the complete Kubernetes work policy coverage became essential. A recent talk from KubeCon EU, delivered by the policy working group, suggested that you should use built-in policy types for baseline and consider admission webhooks or the controllers for more advanced scenarios. And with Kyverno, we provide full support of the validating admission policy as well as mutating admission policy. So you're able to auto-generate or auto-convert those policies from Kyverno policies. And in the meanwhile, you also gain the full feature set of provided by Kyverno out of box. And lastly, we have streamlined several features we added over the last 4 years into a unified architecture with consistent APIs and integrated toolchain. All right, with that, I'm introducing you 5 new policy types that we have added and going to be added to Kyverno 1.14 release and beyond. So there are validating policies for your validation enforcement. We have image validating policy for your supply chain security. There's mutating policy for custom mutations. You can auto-generate of your resource from the generating policy and also the scheduled resource cleanup from the deleting policy. So now let's take a look at the policy in action. I have a policy here, an example of validating policy to enforce one of the pod security standard, which disallow the use of privilege escalation, right? So what's inside the blue box are all the configuration options provided by Kyverno. So you're able to configure the reporting behavior, you're able to configure the webhook timeout, and also tell us whether you want to do the auto-generation of validating admission policy or auto-coverage of the pod controllers from pod. And the rest of the policy, like from match constraints to validation expression check, it looks just like Kubernetes validating admission policy, right? So with that, you're able to execute the policy on the API server side while you have the full feature set from Kyverno, from reporting to the customization of auto-generation and cover the pod controllers. So you can scan this QR code. It links you to the Kyverno playground to quickly try out this policy. And you can also try more examples on the playground without running a Kubernetes cluster. And last, let's stay connected. We are hosting the Project Pavilion table at P4 in the morning shift. We host public meetings on every Wednesday and Tuesday at 7:30 PST. And if you scan the QR code, welcome to join our Slack channel and speak to us. We look forward to your feedback. Thank you so much.